a judge in the Madras High Court has sparked a fresh debate and a war of words. The centre has notified the appointment of Victoria Gowri as an additional judge of the Madras High Court, and it's led to a legal fight as lawyers of the Madras High Court have now approached the Supreme Court against her elevation. Why? Because she's a member of the BJP. Now, these lawyers have contended exactly that. They've gone to the Supreme Court seeking an urgent hearing, saying she cannot be a judge in the High Court. The matter came up for hearing before the top court today, and the CJI confirmed that the collegium, which had actually recommended her elevation in January, has taken cognizance of the developments. The Supreme Court will now hear this case tomorrow. Ever since the news of her elevation, lawyers have been up in arms against Gowri being made a judge. In fact, 21 lawyers in Chennai, practicing lawyers, shot off a letter to President Murmu saying Gowri had made bigoted comments in the past and had regressive views, and hence her appointment must be shot down. Pramod Madhav is joining us live from Chennai. We also have Anisha Mathur getting us the latest on how this case has been playing out at the Supreme Court. Pramod, I'd like to begin with you. Good evening. You know, this has been a bone of contention, a big talking point for the last many days actually in Tamil Nadu, because you've had lawyers up in arms, politicians are also up in arms against Victoria Gowri's elevation.
Absolutely, Akshita. Good evening. And the thing is that it was first brought in to the notice by All India Lawyers Union, and we also spoke to the CPM State Secretary, who are all claiming they're absolutely shocked. And the only thing they are bringing against Gowri, Victoria Gowri, is that they state that there are evidence on social media of hate speech by Victoria Gowri that is against Christian community and Muslim community. This is what they claim to be a content against her becoming an additional judge. But the interesting factor here is that as they were trying to appeal in the Supreme Court itself, her appointment notification was given, and this is what they claim. They're completely shocked over it. They claim that they are not against any lawyer being made a judge, but the problem here is that they believe that Victoria Gowri is a member of the BJP party, and how she could be made a judge even after there is evidence of her having hate speech or kind of words against a certain community. This seems to be the argument from the opposition
that they've raised. One is about these so-called hate speeches, which they will also in fact put out widely from YouTube, etc., of interviews of Victoria Gowri, and the second being that she's a member of the BJP. Anisha Mathur is joining us with more on this. You know, there's this ongoing debate over already the collegium system, Anisha, and now the focus is on what's played out with Victoria Gowri. Take us through what happened in the Supreme Court, because the CJI has directly taken note of this.
Well, yes, Akshita. Now, interestingly enough, at 12:12, when the Law Minister Kiren Rijiju tweeted that 13 names for various high courts had been cleared, just minutes after that, at 12:14, this matter was mentioned before the Supreme Court of India. Now, of course, there is no correlation between the timeline as such, but the matter was mentioned before the Supreme Court of India, saying that there are serious objections to this particular appointment. Now, what the petitioners have said, and these are three lawyers from the Madras bar who have raised, as our colleague was also saying, two lines of arguments. One, that there are hate speeches that have been given by Victoria Gowri, who is now has been elevated. Her notification has come for elevation to the High Court. Secondly, that she is an office bearer of the BJP in Tamil Nadu, and therefore what the petition says in the Supreme Court is that her speeches violate Article 15, which is the therefore, she is not qualified to be a judge of the High Court of Madras.
Let's see what happens really in the Supreme Court. For the moment, I've run out of time. Thanks, Anisha and Pramod, for joining us.